Hi friends! In the modern world, people have the opportunity to choose a profession that won't just bring in an income, but will also make them feel happy. However, that doesn't mean that you have to choose your profession when you're still a kid. Nevertheless, there's something worth working on from a young age, and it is diligence, a quality which is high valued in any field of work. The importance of this quality is well illustrated by our story today. 60-year-old American janitor Robert Reed started working at an elementary school in Farmington, Tennessee, and in just 4 months on the job, he managed to win the love and respect of all the school staff. This begs the question, what are the qualities that would allow a person to become everyone's favorite so quickly? First of all, Robert was a very open, honest, and somewhat modest person who never complained about his life and came to his workplace with a sincere smile on his face. Although, to tell the truth, our hero did actually have something to complain about. After all, being a janitor in a place with many kids isn't the most pleasant job in the world, as kids aren't usually known for being very tidy. Moreover, Robert had another serious problem hanging over him, which worried him even more with each passing day. The thing was that every day, Robert's way home took him a lot of time and effort, the kind of time and effort that most of us probably wouldn't be able to handle. And here's why. Just imagine for a second. Robert's working day ended at 3 p.m., after which he needed to go to the bus stop and wait for the bus, which ran once every hour at best, and then he needed to ride it for about 100 miles, getting off the bus stop, which was still a few miles away from his house. Yes, friends, it took Robert about 4 hours to get home every day, and then he needed to wake up at 3 a.m. the next day in order to get to school before classes started. Knowing this, many of the teachers accompanied Robert to the bus stop and gave him bus money, which he was incredibly happy about, trying to pay them back with his attitude, energizing people and raising their spirits for the rest of the day. However, it was getting increasingly obvious that the lack of sleep was making it hard for the man to keep his spirits up. Despite getting up early and returning late, Robert met the kids and their parents every morning with a smile on his face, wishing them a good day. Realizing the deplorable situation this kind and cheerful man was in, it became clear that things couldn't continue this way. One day, the school staff decided that they would do something about it. They needed to help the man who was doing a great job, never expecting anything in return. And jumping ahead, I'd like to say that even the parents supported this incredible undertaking. Thus came the moment which Robert would remember for the rest of his life. On that day, as Robert was cleaning up the school, he suddenly got called into the library, under the pretext that his services were needed there. Nothing special, it was his job and didn't bother him at all. However, when Robert got to the library, he saw the entire school and a group of parents led by Professor Elizabeth Malone. The woman asked Robert to step into the center and told him the reason why they had all gathered in the library during the day. The professor gave a touching speech about how the school was very happy with such a diligent worker as Robert, and that he was an excellent role model for the students at Farmington School and had excellent work ethics and reputation. We started a fundraising campaign on the GoFundMe crowdfunding platform and managed to raise $7,000 for you, so you could buy a car. Please take this money, you truly deserve it, Elizabeth said, after which she handed Robert a check. I don't think it will surprise anyone that it was probably the last thing Robert expected to happen. He couldn't contain his excitement and fell to his knees, hugging the professor as tears of happiness rolled down his face. A festive atmosphere reigned in the library. Everyone rejoiced at the touching scene. Robert couldn't handle his emotions, but a while later, he expressed immense gratitude and said that the school had become his second home, and without the people working there, his life wouldn't be the same. But that was not all. You couldn't even imagine how many people decided to donate. The campaign for the ordinary school janitor raised an incredible amount of $50,000. However, even though Robert still hadn't decided what car he wanted to get, he had already stated that he couldn't have ever dreamed of ever getting so much money. So he would only use 20% of it and will spend the rest to help others who need it as much as he did. Robert's decision is very noble. He never expected to get so much money, so he is going to share it. As the parents and the school staff later said, Robert is exactly the kind of person who can't be overlooked. He stops the kids who are running around the school in order to tie their shoelaces and gives them advice on various life situations. He is basically an adult friend to all the kids at the school. He is simple, sincere, and most importantly, kind and honest. They knew that they had to help this amazing man who traveled 160 kilometers each day to get to work. It's incredible how people at school didn't just ignore the problems of one small person, as it often happens in life. Instead, they treated Robert with kindness, because respect is something someone can earn regardless of their social status. It is important to remain human every day, continuing to treat any job responsibly, and then, sooner or later, destiny will intervene. Although his story feels like a fairy tale, if you believe in people and face all the problems in your life with a smile on your face, you might definitely be rewarded for it. Friends, how do you feel about the idea of the school staff and parents helping Robert? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. And that's all for today. Rate the video if you liked it, and see you soon.